Yo guys, what is going on? It's Luke here and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys 5 of the best Warzone classes for Warzone, obviously. So I'm going to be giving you guys 5 classes. If you do enjoy this video, please consider subscribing. I'm trying to hit 20,000 subscribers. I have a lot of Warzone content coming up in the next couple of days, so I do strongly advise you guys to subscribe if you guys do not want to miss out on those videos. Anyway, I'm going to get straight into this. The first class is going to be starting off with the M4A1. You're going to want to put the Monolith Expressor on, the second barrel. The hybrid scope on is by far my favourite at the moment. 6 round mags, ammo in Warzone is pretty important, so 6 round mags is going to help you guys out a lot. And then range of foregrip for better recoil control and aiming stability. Having good accuracy in Warzone is very helpful because a lot of the kills are from quite a good distance, so it's going to help you guys out a lot if you stick on this attachment that basically makes your range and accuracy a little bit better. Anyway, the next one is going to be the peeler. The peeler is basically just for destroying helicopters, vehicles. If there is a bunch of people camping in the same building as well, having a rocket launcher on is very, very helpful because you can fire a rocket in there and get a few easy kills. So I do recommend you guys giving it a go. For the perks, I recommend you guys using Cold-Blooded. Cold-Blooded is going to allow you to stay hidden off of people's thermal scopes. Restock is going to allow you to revive people 25% faster, which is quite a big difference, so I recommend you guys sticking on that definitely because you're going to be reviving people pretty fast, and this helps in a lot of sticky situations when like you need to revive them if they're like in the gas or something. So I definitely advise you to go ahead and stick on the tune-up perk. Next up is the C4 and Stim. C4 and Stim are very, very good. The Stim shot with restock is also very helpful because you're going to be able to recharge your health quite oftenly. Now this next class is what I like to call the safe class. Now what you guys want with this is any primary weapon. I chose the M4A1 again. You can copy my attachments if you guys want to. And then the HDR class. This weapon is really, really good. Here are the attachments I like to use. Once again, you can use whatever attachments you guys want to. I do recommend you guys sticking on the thermal scope though, because the thermal scope in my opinion is probably one of the best scopes for Warzone. Next up is the perks. The perks I like to use are EOD, Overkill obviously for 2 primary weapons, Battle Hardened, and that is it. The reason I use Battle Hardened and EOD, this is called the safe class, that's what I like to call it, and basically obviously as you guys know, Battle Hardened and EOD are going to help me survive grenades and be more immune to flash grenades and stuff like that. So especially in the final circle, this is very, very helpful because in the final circle a lot of people usually have stuns and usually get stunned and naded quite a lot. Next up, lethal and tactical is completely your choice. I like to go ahead and use a Semtex and a Stim. Once again, the next class here is going to be the support class. Now the reason I call this a support class is because this is all this stuff on this class is basically going to help your teammates as well. So once again, any first weapon of your choice. I picked the Goro, I don't know how to say this weapon, but yeah, there's my attachments if you guys want to copy them. And then the peeler, once again, just for clearing out buildings, destroying any helicopters or destroying anything like that, so it's going to help you guys out a lot. Once again as well, if there's people camping in a building, chucking a few rockets in there is going to help you guys out a lot because you're going to get them pretty weak. I've done it a few times when there's like 3 people in one little room. Just fire a rocket in there and you will make them pretty weak or even kill most of them sometimes. Next up for the perks, this is probably the most important thing about this class, that's going to be Kill Chain. Kill Chain actually allows you to get more streaks in care packages, supply boxes on the map, which is very, very helpful. You can obviously be getting UAVs and stuff like that, and they're going to really help your teammate out a lot, so I do recommend you guys sticking on this Kill Chain. Also you can get like cruise missiles and the Cluster Strike I believe it's called, and there's some really, really good streaks you can get in Warzone, so I definitely recommend you guys sticking them on. Next up is Hardline. Hardline decreases the cost of all of the stuff in the buy stations. So this could be anything to do with upgrades, kill streaks, any of that kind of stuff. It's going to decrease the cost by 25%, so it's going to be really helpful. Also, it will decrease the cost of people's like redeployment and stuff like that, which is going to help you guys out a lot. Next up, it's going to be the tune-up perk, obviously, because this helps you revive your teammates faster. So reviving your teammates faster is obviously going to be a huge help. Like I said before, it's going to help in so many different situations. The main one being is when there's someone in the gas and you guys can quickly revive each other and then run out of gas. Next up, Claymore and Stim. Claymore just kind of protects your back. Let's say, for example, you need to stay in a room for a little bit because there's a bunch of people outside or something, or you know there's people nearby. You can stick a Claymore near one of the entrances and you should have that door covered. This next one is what I like to call the Heavy Fire class. Now this class is very good and it's very overpowered at the moment. I've been using it a lot and I definitely recommend you guys giving it a go. So the first weapon is, once again, your weapon of choice. The secondary weapon I have is the main weapon for this class, but the first weapon is completely up to you. So just pick a powerful weapon for the first weapon, and then the secondary weapon, you guys are going to want to use something powerful such as the PKM. So I definitely recommend you guys at least sticking the PKM on, and then the other weapon can just be anything like the M4A1, the FR, or anything like that. There are the attachments that I like to use on this class and on this weapon, so I definitely recommend you guys sticking those attachments on. Now for the perks, I recommend you guys sticking on Kill Chain. Once again, as you guys know, you can get score streaks out of the supply boxes. Now these score streaks can be something like a cluster strike, and obviously that's pretty heavy duty score streaks. You're going to have a massive explosive missile coming down from the sky. So if there are a bunch of people in the final circle camping in a certain place like the hill or like on top of a building, if you guys go ahead and chuck on this on top of them, it's going to help you guys out a lot. So I do strongly recommend you guys giving that a go. And then battle hardened, just so you can be more immune to the EMPs and stun grenades and stuff like that once again. So I strongly recommend you guys giving that a go. The C4 is very powerful in this game. You can literally kill a whole entire squad with just one, especially if they're in a vehicle. If you've probably seen a bunch of clips on Twitter and stuff of people destroying like those big trucks just with one C4. So I do recommend you guys giving it a go because it is pretty overpowered. And then a stun as well for your tactical. The next one is going to be the stealth class. Now this, once again, the primary weapon is up to you. I like to go with the M4A1, but the main thing you need to put on the primary weapon is going to be a suppressor. Now once again, the secondary can be anything of your choice. I went with the .50 GS pistol, and obviously you're going to want to put a suppressor on that. Next up is going to be the perks. Cold-blooded. This allows you to stay off people's thermal scopes, and like I said before, thermal scopes in this game, on Warzone especially, are used quite a lot. And a lot of the times people use thermal scopes on their snipers, LMGs, assault rifles, and pretty much any weapon, because it is a very good attachment in Warzone, and it's just going to help you be a bit more stealthy and not be seen on them. High alert is very good as well. This basically allows you to see if someone is looking at you. So let's say, for example, there is someone behind you and they look at you, your screen will actually ping yellow and you'll be able to see that there is someone looking at you. So this is very helpful, especially if you're in like a hill or something and there's people sneaking up behind you, and you'll be able to see that they see you. Lastly is the spotter perk, which is going to allow you to see people's name tags from a greater distance. So that is very helpful when spotting people. And lastly, with this class, the lethal is up to you. But for the tactical, I recommend you guys using a heartbeat sensor, because you can actually see people's heartbeats on the little screen, and you can know where all the enemies are in a close distance to you. Anyway, that's been it for today's video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.